things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. So other nations, they're not a part of this. You know, it's only for the nation of Israel. This book was written only for the nation of Israel. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing unto God are made known unto us, because now these things are being revealed. It says, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. And memorial in Hebrew, it goes back to the word Zion, right? It says verse 6, and this is a me. It says, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, right? So we had to be sold to the nations. So that's how you know who the Israelites are today, right? Not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath, you were delivered unto their enemies, right? That's why we know that the Native Americans, they're Israelites too, right? The Mexicans, they're Israelites. They still have to serve this same slavery we do, right? Let's go to this real quick.
Help me.
This is
What church do you go to?
this is a church. This is calling out, right? Church means to call out, and what we're calling out to our nation. Right?
What specific building?
There is no building. The Most High doesn't dwell in temples made with hands.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah. So what? Those people in the church, they're false, right? They're liars. They're deceivers, right?
Church was never supposed to be a building.
I was in the church. Come on, man. I was in the church. He preached in the church. Get on.
This is Acts 17.
At 12 years old, he was preaching. He was preaching to the other churches.
This is Acts 17 and 24. God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. He's not in them churches.
I don't believe you.
Right?
I don't believe you need churches to talk to God or shit.
Right.
Because like in order to be a member of the church, you gotta pay.
You gotta pay. And what? You're not even getting the true meaning of the scriptures. They can't go into this book and break it down, right? And this is proving that real quick.
It's really all the tithes and stuff. That's just for the facility.
They're sitting back. The pastors are sitting back in the Maybach, right? While we're over there still struggling because they're scraping it. Those places are really boiler houses because you can go there. There's one lady at work. She told me, "Oh, you go to church and you just deal with a woman there, and then what? Then that's how you have a wife, you know." But this is Amos 3, verse. Actually, I'll start at the top. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family." So this whole family, we are all a family, right? Which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. That's why we went to slavery. Because the Most High, he's like our father, right? And when your child is bad, you beat him, right? It says, can two walk together except they be agreed, right? That's why we got to have one. It's only one true doctrine, right? To get this, and that's how we get to the kingdom, right? It says, will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing? Because when they call, right, they're calling to their brethren to come eat, right? It says, can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him? So if there's no trap, he can't fall into it, right? Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? If there was that, you know, where it says like, it's that noise, it's like that destruction is coming noise. Everybody will be booking it out here, looking crazy, right? That's that trumpet, right? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Because he controls both sides, right? Because he's omnipotent, you know? He controls both sides of the spectrum, good and evil, right? If he didn't, then there wouldn't be a balance to it, you know? It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. So what? The prophets will be out here revealing the secrets, you know, to what? The Israelites. Because what did the Son of the Most High say? Right? This is Matthew 10. Matthew 10 and 5. It says, these 12, right? I'm gonna tell you this now, right? The Son of the Most High's name isn't Jesus, right? Because what? He didn't have an English name because there was no English at that time, right? Right? He was a Hebrew Israelite, right? He had a Hebrew name, and that Hebrew name is Yahawashi. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahawah, right? And you probably learn when you do your own research too, right? It says, these 12 Yahawashi set forth and commanded them, saying, it says, and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, like we was reading earlier. This is not for the strange nations, right? And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? So that's what we're doing, because you're lost because you don't, people don't know their nationality, right? We learn our nationality now, and we're out here teaching, right? It says, and as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And what? We're the temple, right? We're the kingdom of heaven coming back, you know? Okay, ask your question.
I need an explanation on all this.
Okay, before we get into that, let me bring this up. This is 1 Peter 2 and 9. It says, but ye, this is talking about the Israelites. It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, right? That's why we got swag. That's why we on top of everything, right? That ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So you should be giving praise to the Son of the Most High, right? For showing you this truth, right? And the more you get into it, the more you gotta praise him for it, you know? Because this is for salvation. It says, which in time past were not a people. Being called a Negro, that's not a people, right? That's not going back to anything, right? Being called an African American, that's not going back into anything, right? It says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God. This is all prophecy, right? We are the people of God. Israel, going back to the Hebrew, it means Yasha Allah, right? Which means he, Prince Power. He is the Prince of the Power, right? That means that we are the sons of the Most High, right? Because what does a prince do, right? The prince is the son of the king, right? It says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Because what? We didn't obtain mercy being in this captivity, right? What have we done here for what? 400 plus years, right? There ain't nothing's been done, you know? There's some bullshit and we're still here, you know? If we gotta still deal with these Edomites, these Caucasians, right? And these we got to keep going to these 9 to 5s, right? And if we get rich, we got to sell out, you know? It's some bullshit. Why? We're only here because we're serving our captivity, right? But our time, the time is ending, you know? The Most High is about to take us out of this place. This, let me give you one more. This is Revelation, because at the end of the day, America's still going to be destroyed, right? This is Revelation 18:1. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is talking about America, is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So this place is going to become a desert. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Her fornication are the philosophies of this place, right? That you only live once. that you can do whatever you want, you know. That's the way of destruction, you know. A girl, she can fuck 4 or 5 dudes before finding the right man. That's the way of destruction, you know. It says Babylon the Great. Let me go to 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." That saying homosexuality is okay, lesbianism is okay.
That's not okay.
That's not okay, right? And that's righteous, right?
Yeah, that's not okay.
Right.
Now,
It says that transgender and shit.
Yeah,
that came from here,
Yeah,
right?
That came from there.
That shit boosted to all ends of the world. We just got out of what they call Pride Month, right? And these heathens are low key proud about that shit. Oh yeah, we doing something for gays, right? When they got more months than what Black History, February or some shit, right? It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." Because we know that America's the richest place, right? The richest nation. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, 'Come out of her, my people,'" right? And that's what's going on right now. The Most High is calling, saying, "Come out of her, my people," right? "That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double." Right? So what she did, right, this place, right, through these Edomites' power, right? So these Edomites gotta pay, right? What she did, we're gonna do double. So they made us serve like 500 years of slavery, right? And we're still in slavery. They're gonna serve double. You get what I'm saying? That's true judgment, right? That's what the Most High prescribed for them. That's their pill, you know, and they gotta swallow it, right? But it's saying, "Come out of her, my people." And you're probably gonna do more research. There's been tons of brothers coming out and getting this understanding, because we are in the last days, right? And there's people that you're gonna meet and they're gonna say, "Oh, it's not true," and, "Oh, don't even worry about that shit." You gotta do this for yourself, right? You gotta do this for yourself.
So, take back to this.
Yeah.
I just have a few questions.
Okay, what's your question?
I don't understand it. Would you like to elaborate on this thing?
You want to know where this came from?
No,
Okay,
I would like to.
no, I got it. Now. I understand what you're talking about. This is.
Somebody want to come with me?
This is.
Hey, look, I mean,
This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 37, verse 15. It says, "The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, the Son of Man, take thee one stick," right? It's from a piece of paper, right? It's still a stick because it came from a tree. You know what I'm saying? It's a sign, right? "And write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions," right? "Then take another stick and write it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, for all the house of Israel, his companions. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand," right? So that's the northern kingdom, right, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the southern kingdom, which are the rest of the tribes, right? And that stick came together in the 12 tribes sign, right?
Okay, but I'm not understanding how.
Wait, let me
Judah
keep going. It says, verse 18, it says, "And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying," like what you said, right? It says, "Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?" So it was even prophecy that you would say this, right? Did you hear that?
Brother, say this, not hear that.
Okay. It says, "And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying," right, like you were saying, "Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?" Right? By this sign. Right? You get what I'm saying? It says, "Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the stick of Ephraim which is in the hand of the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows. Because what? The nation of Israel was split, right? It was the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, right? During the times of Jeroboam, and Rehoboam, right? It says, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, so that the two kingdoms are coming together to one nation of Israel, right? And make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. And the sticks whereon thou ridest shall be in thy hand before their eyes, right? So it's before your eyes. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone. So this, because what? They're going to find out that they're the Israelites. They're going to follow the ways of the Most High, right, to the best of their ability, keeping the faith of the Son of the Most High, right, to get up out of here before the destruction. It says, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land, right? Because they had a land before they went into slavery, which is Israel right now, where them fake Jews are, right? And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall no more be two nations, like I was talking about, Jeroboam and Rehoboam, right? The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, Slovakia. It says, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, right? Nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. Because what? Salvation, right, and being cleansed from their sins, repentance, is only for the nation of Israel, right? Okay. Yeah, I used to longboard, skateboard, all that, right? But that stuff, I'm too old for that shit.
Alright, we gotta give up.
We finna go, bro.
Alright, bros.
Let's be word.
All right.
We just
Shalom.
research on.
Shalom, right? You gotta get this word while you can, right? Because hey, the destruction is coming. We're out here in the last days. When have you ever seen a Negro out here prophesying the downfall of America, right?